Stewart, pledge allegiance to the flag. First item on tonight's work session is consider A-Trip funds resolution, Clemens Road and Old Lockdown Road. Mayor, would you cover this, please?
Yes, we're glad to. If you remember back a few months ago, we applied for the second round of the A-Trip money from Governor Bentley in the state of Alabama's Alabama Transportation Rehabilitation and Improvement Program. We got awarded for Porter Road from Highway 72 to Parks Avenue, and then also Ridgedale Road from Tupelo Pike to Willow Street. This is the third round, which we're about to apply for 2 more grants for Clemens Road and Old Larkinsville Road. We have gotten 2 engineering firms, Car Engineering and which road? Clemens Road? Okay, Car is doing the engineering on the Clemens Road, and Goodwin Mills and Kaywood is doing the Old Larkinsville Road. Tonight I'm asking you if you would approve a resolution. We have to have this in this week, I think, Charles. I don't remember the date, but the grant application has to be in this week, and a resolution from the city for the 20%, like we did on the previous grant, is needed to be passed tonight if you so inclined. It'd be just like the one before. We would pay 20% of the cost and some additional engineering costs. But we'll have some more hard, firm numbers once we get awarded. So I appreciate your consideration on that.
Anybody have any discussion? No, we'll put it on tonight's agenda.
The Old Larkinsville Road will be from 79 to back to Willow, right, Charles? And then Clemens, how far down?
All the way to the end.
To when you said the end, Sportsman's Landing. Okay, fine. From 35 to Sportsman's Landing.
Next item is the Goose Pond Board member appointment. Mr. Woodward.
Mr. Joe Barnes' term expired here in the month of May. You have in your packet requests from Mr. Barnes, Clyde Butler, and Ben Pendergast to be appointed to the board. This is a 6-year appointment.
We'll put that on tonight's agenda as well. Next item is the Architectural Review Board appointment. Mr. Wheeler, will you cover that, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Morgan Butler's term expired here in the month of April, and we requested request for this appointment, and Mr. Butler was the only one that turned in a request. This is for a 5-year term that will expire in April of 2018.
We'll put that on tonight's agenda as well. The next item is the announced resignation from the zoning board. We'll cover that as well.
Sure. Mr. Gene Greer tendered his resignation as an alternate board member of the zoning board effective June 1st, 2013. We actually need 2 alternate board members, and anyone that would be interested in applying, please apply in writing to the city council by June 17th, 2013.
We'll adjourn here about 5 minutes, so 10 after 6. We'll call Scottsboro City Council meeting Monday, the 28th order. We'll dispense with formalities and go to a roll call.
Mr. Gary Stewart?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Patrick Stewart?
Here.
Ms. McQuarrie?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. President, we have a quorum, and the meeting is open for transaction business.
First one is the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion? None will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. We'll go to new business. First item is consider the recommendation for the city clerk. Consider the recommendation for for city clerk.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion after the city clerk hiring committee, that we recommend that we appoint staff accountant and assistant city clerk Whitney Phillips as city clerk effective June 1st.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I'd just like to say I appreciate everybody that applied. I think that speaks well of the city because we have a group of employees, they all do an awesome job. And I appreciate the city clerk hiring committee for taking the time and effort. It's not an easy decision to make, but I know that y'all went through the process very, very well, and I appreciate your efforts on it.
If there's not any further discussion, we'll have a roll call vote. Mr. Wood, do a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Gary Stewart,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Patrick Stewart,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. McQuarrie.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item is to consider the A-Trip funds resolution. Do I have a motion to consider the A-Trip funds resolution?
I make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Do we need to make this two separate resolutions, or we can approve it in one resolution? Both of
I'm sorry. Both, I'm sorry.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Next item is the Goose Pond Board appointment, member appointment.
Mr. President, Stephanie needs a request for appointment, and in talking one-on-one prior to the meeting, I feel like that some of us would like to have a short period of time to make a final decision. And so I asked that we table this to the next work session and then vote on the next council meeting after that.
I have a motion to table the Goose Pond Board member appointment. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Next item is the Architectural Review Board appointment. The only one that applied was Morgan Butler. Do I have a motion to approve Morgan Butler for the Architectural Review Board?
I make the motion that we appoint Mr. Morgan Butler to the Architectural Review Board.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. We'll move to reports. Mayor?
Yeah, I have just a couple of things. First of all, I'd like to thank Rick for filling in these last 6 months, getting between clerks. I think he's done a good job, a great job of trying to balance his job and the clerk job, and I appreciate his effort and for the time that he spent in serving both of those capacities. And look forward to Whitney taking over the first or next Monday. So, secondly, it's kind of bittersweet tonight. Charles, this is his last work session meeting. I don't know if it's sad for him that it'd be the last one that he comes to, but Charles, as you know, is leaving us to go to Elmore County. Tomorrow is his actual last day here with the city. Me and him spent a long time talking today, just talking about the things that we've accomplished just while he's been here. You know, when the previous city planner retired, we wanted to go towards looking for an engineer, and we never had hired a city engineer before, and so Charles blazed that trail for us, and he's done a great job, and he's had to wear many different hats, and he's worn well. And He's been excellent to work with from my standpoint, but from the public standpoint, I couldn't ask for anybody better. He's just an all-around great individual, and he's been a great engineer for the city. He's helped us with the roads and the drainage, and we did the drainage plan, the 10-year drainage plan. We did the all this A-trip that we're talking about. Charles has had a hand in, and he's assisted Ronnie in our paving and lending his expertise there. And really could just go on and on. He helped with the Maple Street of trying to get that grant paperwork filled out and making sure it was administered properly. I normally did something else out. He had a hand in the soccer, in all the construction of the soccer complex and the splash park and the service roads. It's just on and on of the things that he's had his hands in, and been a positive influence. And I personally hate to see him go, but I do understand it, and I wish him and his family well in the future. But we got him for one more day anyway, so we'll try to do it. That's all I have.
Mr. Stewart? Mr. Miller? I don't have anything tonight. Mr. Perry?
I just want to say thank you, Charles, and best of luck to you and your family. Well, miss you. Thank you for the great job. And thank everybody for being here, and hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend.
Mr. Smith?
Yes, in regard to Charles, not only do we see him at these council meetings, but I also see him at the planning commission meeting every time we have it. And I like to say that he keeps us straying too far, which is really important for the planning commission. And he provides us with a lot of valuable information when we're trying to make a decision at that time. So I've been to him before he came. I've been to him since he's been here, and I can assure you, what he did for us, you can't pay him for it. He's done a good job.
And the other thing, if I can add, that was one thing I forgot. Probably the biggest task that we put him on was that rewriting the zoning ordinance. You and Ronnie was involved in that. And, so that was a pretty big, steep hill to climb, but he tackled that and did a great job. And the other thing is that we will work on getting the job posted here in the next, hopefully this week, and we'll start the process of filling that position.
And secondly, that's okay, I'm just kidding. This last week, we talked about Goose Pond a lot, and in fact, we talked about it a little bit tonight, where they had this college World Series golf tournament. And everywhere you went, you could see these people in our town, which had to be an economic boost. Also, on Friday, they had a golf tournament plantation as well, so we had two big golf tournaments going on at that time. One of them was college kids, the other was preachers, so you can't beat that. All of that is good for our city, and that shows the importance of Goose Pond. So that's all I have. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you, Charles, for your work. Everybody's covered everything that I can possibly say. But I enjoyed working with you, and I know I've talked to you a few times. And I think from a citizen standpoint, you were very approachable, and it means a lot. So, well, thank you for that. That's all I have. With that, I have a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.